Oh, let's see. Where is that logo? It is supposed to be on this page and it's missing. So let's see if we can get that posted. There it is. And we want to show it. There it is in the corner. And let's welcome to our ribbon cutting open house for the new website for Dulcimer Crossing. This has been in construction for nearly 2 years. This process has been going on for quite a long time. I'm broadcasting from our Vimeo location to our Facebook page. So if you're able to join there and ask questions, that would be great in the Facebook side. We don't have the chat open on the Vimeo side. So if you have questions you want to ask, please do that on the Facebook side. I do have the sound turned off because this is not a interactive kind of thing like in Zoom, but it is a place. This is like what I do for the Wednesday live feeds every week since April of 2020. And what I want to do is take you on a open house tour of the site, and then if you as we have questions, we can answer the questions. I plan to be here for an hour, and then this will be archived here on the Dulcimer Crossing site. This I will provide a second one later on today. That'll be at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. But anyway, I'm Steve Yulberg. I'm one of the co-owners of Dulcimer Crossing, and we have been in existence for a very long time in the internet world, almost dinosaurs. We've been around for quite a while. With my partner, Linda Ratcliffe, we have created this site that makes it possible for people to learn in the privacy and convenience of their home, regardless of whether they live where there are a lot of Dulcimer teachers or players or clubs or festivals. And that has been our goal from the beginning. We have not intended ever to um, replace any festivals. We don't think that's possible because, or private lessons, the one to one. But we know that some of us need some help and support and the ability to have someone to ask questions of. And so that's what we've done in the Dulcimer Crossing site. So let's start. Let me share my screen, and I want to start. I want to share my tabs. Let's see. We want to see. Here we are. Welcome. If you type in the link to our new site, dulcimercrossing.simplero.com, this is what you're going to see. You're going to have an opportunity to this is just the site that everyone can see from the outside, and you can scroll through and see what we have. Let me just give you a quick tour of what's on the page. There are 2 links to see our individual courses. These are the courses which are available as a purchase. Just for this is one course a la carte. We have not had that at Dulcimer Crossing in the past. So we have an absolute beginner series of Hammer Dulcimer. This is in the site. We've had an absolute beginner series from Mountain Dulcimer. These both have at least 30 lessons in them. Erin May's 45 or so lesson intro to chromatic dulcimer is also here. And you could also purchase her chromatic chord encyclopedia. My class on the introduction to the dulcibro has got 63 different lessons inside this course. And it's also possible to purchase my my method and resources book for playing resonator dulcimer, which is the dulcibro. Both of these prices include shipping, so that there's no extra after that. So these are the individual courses. If you want to join the membership, you're ready to do that. That takes you to this page, which explains what you get. Everybody gets access to everything. So the do-it-yourself member gets access to everything that's recorded on any device. And there's a list of everything. There are 3 different membership levels now. For the do-it-yourself level at $25 a month, you get access to everything that we have had available up until now. We've added a new level called the workshop level for $50 a month. What you're doing is gaining access to the live in-person workshop that we do on Zoom with the new instructor every month. These are then archived, and the other thing you get for this is access to the archives of all of our live events. And I'll show you more about that in a minute. Sometimes we want something more, the hands-on approach. And for the mentor level, you get access to all of this, all of the workshops and the archives, but you also get access to one 30-minute lesson with one of our instructors each month that you're a member. So that's following up, join the membership. If you just want to subscribe to the weekly habits, you can do that here. This takes you to the join again. Here are the upcoming workshops we have so far. Wendy Sange is going to work on new beginnings. This is something that's a topic brand new to her. She had a brain tumor removed and has had to learn how to learn some things new again. And so she has some valuable experience to share with us. And that will be on Thursday, September 23rd. Ilis Mears is going to talk about smoothing out your playing. And I liked her title, Gravel Road or Fairway. Most of us don't live on a green, but fairway, that's pretty clear. We want something that's a lot smoother than a gravel road. We're still negotiating with teachers for the following workshops, but it'll look something like that. Here is a link to the page that introduces all of our teachers and some bio about them. And then this is the opportunity to purchase the a la carte individual courses. And we've added a section that we've never had before, which is the story of how Dulcimer Crossing came to be. And you can see that Linda has her story, I have my story, and then we have the story of what we've done together. So all of this is on the welcome page. Well, let's view the page on the site. That's what I'm trying to do. Nope. Nope, let's close both of those. And let's go to Dulcimer Crossing. This is why we do this. This brings us back to our home page. If you just log into Dulcimer Crossing. Now, across the top, you will also see links to all the things that were described here, as well as our Dulcimer Crossing blog. And we've had this blog going for several years. Everything that was in the other blog has been imported over here. And you can sort in the blog by topic. There are some that are uncategorized, but almost everything has been categorized in some way. If I wanted to look at tuning, there's hammer dulcimer tuning, a hack for using the snark tuner on a mountain dulcimer with a scroll head, mountain dulcimer pledge. There's a lot of different topics that we have here. And these are also referred to in our courses. That's one of the reasons we did this. And if you need to reach out to us, you can submit a ticket. This will end up submitting a ticket so that we can keep track of which ones have been responded to and which have been solved. Now, when you're a member, you click on this, and this is what happens. You get welcomed because you've already signed up. You've become a member, and your name is welcomed as you come here. These are the trending courses. These are our individual courses. And you can also click on any one of the instruments to focus, and that'll get you to the same place that the by instrument sorting tab will get you up here. So let's say that you are a mountain dulcimer player, and that's where you want to look at your lessons. You've already had some dulcimer lessons, and you want to make sure that you're ready to move to the next things. When you click on mountain dulcimer, you come to this place. You can say, I'm really not interested in skills today. I want to look at tunes. That'll move you down the page. You can say, oh, this pretty little girl with a blue dress on with Don Petty. I want to take a look at that class. The mountain dulcimer in the background shows you that, just reminds you it's a mountain dulcimer lesson if you play both like I do. But our course is divided up into, we've got these two different modules. And as you're going through the course, you can, here's Don introducing the tune. I can mark this as complete when I'm finished. And one of the things it does, as I mark it as complete, it puts a check mark over here that says, "Oh, I've done that one." It also adds to the title a progress bar, so you can see how many of the 9 lessons have you completed. That also takes me, because I marked it as complete, it took me to the next one. But if I go back, I can see, oh yeah, in case I forgot, I've already done this one. I can also move to the next lesson using this arrow here. And at the bottom, I can leave a comment. It's like, wow, what a fun tune, Don. I can leave a comment for Don, the teacher. I can also just comment on this. Now, the thing about these is these are public comments. So whatever you leave here is going to be seen by the other people who follow after you. You might say, I found it really helpful at 3:13, or, it's a 3-minute and 48-second lesson. I found it most helpful at 3:13. Now we go to the next one, and you can see on this one, here is where Linda has created these flash animations. You have the PDF of the tune with the tablature that Don is playing this in noter style. So there's only the numbers on the melody string that are available. You can view it here. You can print it out. You can download it to your computer or your tablet. When you click download, it's going to save it as this title unless you retitle it. It's also going to ask you, where do you want to put it on your computer? Unless you have already set up a place where you want all the PDFs to be downloaded. But you look for this little gray underneath this element here, and you can see that. Now, if I wanted to watch the flash animation, this is showing me where I'm going to start at 5, 7, 7, 7, 5, 5, 7, 5, 5, 4, 3, 3, 1, 0. So it shows me, and I can pause that at any time, and the instructions are here. Now I can also just click through like I did here. I didn't mark that as completed, so it doesn't show up here, but as soon as I do, I can see this here. Now, when I go back I'm going back through the back browser and get to, now I'm going to refresh that page. Because I've completed one of these episodes or lessons in this course, it now shows up at the bottom of the Mountain Dulcimer tune. So it lets me know, oh, this is one of the tunes I've started working on. Because I don't know if you're like me, you can go back to your life and forget what you were working on. Come back and go, oh yeah, here's one. I've got most of these things I've got a lot to finish in this one. Now, I could also say I'm ready to look at Mountain Dulcimer skills. We have the Absolute Beginning series. We have a traditional noter style. There's 56 lessons in this course. Here's Erin May's chromatic. But I can also look at, I really like how Erin May flat picks her dulcimer. And so this is a very short one. Oh, maybe I could pick up some tips here. I'll go looking at this one. And Erin May describes the kind of pick she uses and how to brace your hand, or whether or not. She goes through all these things. And I can quickly get a focus on what she's doing now. Nina Zanetti has got, oh my goodness, this is a 4-module course on playing expressly, in which she uses some tunes and gives examples of things. And I really like her playing. I think I might take a look at that one. I have this classic rocks licks to teach that I use to teach how the Mountain Dulcimer is put together. And there's 16 different lessons in this course as well. This also tells me at the top, it tells me the last one I started work on was number 4. So I could just pick up from here, and it's going to bring me all right to number 4. Now, I don't know if you've noticed there is a new feature which we have not had in Dulcimer Crossing, and this is one in which we're trusting. It is possible sometimes for us to have bad internet connections, and we are not able to actually view or work on the lesson we want to because we're not connected to the internet. For when you're a subscriber, you can download this video or just an audio if you want to listen to it in your car while you're driving. You can download the video so that you can work through the lesson offline when during a thunderstorm or something like that. So that's a new feature. Now, we have been sorting by mountain dulcimer, but if I sorted by instrument for hammer dulcimer, it's going to be similar. The skills are going to be at the top. Here's one of the things that's most exciting about this new platform we're using. It's possible for us to combine the lessons by several of our teachers into one course, so we get all the different flavors and ways that that the different instructors talk about things. Chords is one way this happens. So I'm talking in this first module about how to build chords, and there's 12 in there. And then there's another one, another few of extending. But Bill Robinson talks about building chords. Let's see, I've got to click on here to get Bill's lesson. Linda Ratcliffe talks about rolling across the valley in chord shapes. I have some portable chord shape voicings that I talk about and use, but Linda also has some arpeggios in waltz time. And so we're able to build a course out of the riches and resources of all of our different teachers. In the other site, these were all there, but they're all as separate things. And you may have thought, well, I did chords and that's why they talked about it. I don't understand it, but that's the way it is. A similar, we have Aaron May's chromatic dulcimer lessons, the introduction plus some tune lessons. Dulcibro, everything right now is inside the Dulcibro course. Now, this is a standalone course, but you have access to it as a member because you're inside the course. If you'd purchase it, you'd have access to everything as a separate course as well. And we're also excited that Vi Wickham is teaching fiddle, and he has several fiddle lessons on our site. Now, this is just sorting by instrument, but what if I wanted to sort by teacher? If I click on courses by teacher, it's going to tell me, click on the teacher's name. So I'm interested in what Aubrey's got some lessons here. That looks very interesting. How about Butch Ross and Deborah Hamoris and Don Petty, Elaine Conger, Aaron May, Karen Mueller, Larry Conger, Linda Ratcliffe, Linda Thomas, Matthew Dickerson, Neil Hellman, Nina Zanetti, Robert Force, Steve Yulberg, and Vi Wickham. So I can sort all the lessons by the teacher. If I find a teacher whose ways of talking about things really is helping me, this is where I could follow the teacher. I can also look at things by skill level. So our absolute beginning series, this is where all the absolute beginning things are. And then after that, after you've done with your absolute beginning, we have all the lessons. Now, the picture will help you see if this is, and the teacher will help you see if this is a mountain or a hammer dulcimer lesson. We don't have them separated out by dulcimer and skill level. They're just here as skill level. Intermediate, which is the more challenging, has some more skills and requires some more skills. And then finally, our advanced level. Okay. So this is sorting all of our lessons. These first three are sorting all of our lessons, either by teacher or our courses by teacher, by skill level, and instrument. New language in this site I'm still getting used to. Each one of what we used to call lessons with episodes is now courses with lessons inside the course. The next link is for our backing tracks library. Now, this is the version 1 of the backing tracks library, so it's displaying everything the way it displayed in the old site as well. So we have over 200 backing tracks, and let's say I want to display 100 of them on the page. And what I was really interested was that Wind That Shakes the Barley one, that it caught my attention a minute. So they're right now displayed by alphabet. So I'm going to go and I'm going to click on Wind That Shakes the Barley, and it begins playing. I can also download this so that I can play along. The point of the backing tracks library is to help us with our skills in learning to play along with things that are oral, meaning there's no written paper. But we have the tablature also here if this helps you as you're doing both, because you might need another step in the process. I need to look at it while I'm listening to it. Eventually, when this is all in the version 2, this will be inside the Simplero site so that you can see the tablature at the same time you're listening. You don't have to have two windows open. That's coming. Now, the other way this works is I can sort backwards and forward in the alphabet by clicking on the title. There are some that don't have tablature. And if I click here, I'm going to say, oh, this shows me which ones that don't have tablature. I can sort by tuning if I'm in the Mountain Dulcimer world. I can sort by key if I'm trying to find something. I'm tired of D, I want G. And I can go to the next page and see where the other ones are. I can also sort by genre. And that's alphabetical front to back as well. And I can sort by style. And style generally deals with tempo, how fast the tune is going. Now, this is something we had in the old site. This will still be undergoing some transformation as we bring it into the Simplero system and update it. Our focus has been getting all of our lessons from the previous site into this site. And that's what we've done there. Now we've got a brand new feature. This is the forum. This is a place where every one of the members can interact with each other. And it looks like we have a new comment here, which is why this is saying new. This post was originally written by Jim Fry on August 4th. I can click on the post and see it, and see all the comments that others have made beside that. Or if I go back, I can see now, because I clicked on it, the new went away, but I can see there's 4 comments. I want to see what the comments are. There's a new comment here from yesterday. And following up with a question here. And you can like other people's comments. That lets them know you read them. You can write a new post by clicking on the Write a New Post button. And these are the categories that we've suggested to begin with. This is a place, if there's a lesson that you would really like to look on, a topic or a tune, this is a place where you can put that request. We are always updating the site. Right now, the past 2 years have been focused on getting the site set up. Now, this is the thing that's coming right now. Everybody who is a current DulcimerCrossing member has access to the mentorship level. And that's where we're into this part of it. That means you have access to the upcoming live workshop in September. And this access will go through September 12th. Everybody needs to make their decision about which level they want to be. Well, actually through the end of September, but September 12th is the cutoff for choosing which membership you would like to be a part of. And in order to have access, then you need to enter your payment system, because everything in the old site ends. Nothing transfers over. Everything, and we've got it set up so you won't be charged in both locations. You'll only be charged in the new one once we're done with the old one. And October 1st will be the complete end of the old one. Everybody whose membership renewal date is before the 12th is after the 12th, they will be in the new system. Everybody whose membership renewal date is after the 12th, well, everybody's just Yeah. I'll get back to you on that. But everybody who's a membership level or a workshop level gets access to the new workshop. And here's what's coming. You click on this, you see the details. It has the date, the time. These workshops will be on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which spreads across the time zones in the United States. You can add this reminder to your calendar. When you click join here, this is to join the workshop. There was some confusion in the first test of this. People thought that meant you had to join Dulcimer Crossing, but you will only have access to this because you're a member of Dulcimer Crossing. So you're not rejoining Dulcimer Crossing. You're just joining the workshop here. And we're not able to change that language. I did check on that. If you're a Google Calendar user, Apple Calendar, Yahoo Calendar, or you want to download the ICS file to add it to the calendar of your choice, this is a way for you to have that reminder. Upcoming are the ones that we have. These 2 dates in November are tentatively scheduled. The ones that have a title and a name with them are scheduled. So that's the upcoming ones. The past workshops is this other link where you can see our archive of all the workshops that we've had. So in this new system, the first one we had was the Chromatic Summit of the Roundtable, the Chromatic Mountain Dulcimer Summit had a roundtable conversation at the beginning of the day that Dulcimer Crossing helped to host, and that's preserved here. Matthew Dickerson's Hammers and Hammering workshop from this month is here. Next, we have the Wednesday live stream archive. These are the live streams that I've done from Vimeo to Dulcimer Crossing Facebook page. These are all here since the beginning of the pandemic when we started with that, April 1 of 20. In 2020, throughout the year, Aaron May and I presented a Leap Forward in Your Musical Understanding, Music Theory from a Dulcimer Perspective, year-long series of workshops. And in the first beginning of the year, we had workshops every other week. But then beginning after that, we invited other people to join us. So Matthew Dickerson, Aubrey Atwater, Stephen Humphreys, Wendy Sange, Nina Zanetti, Ken Kolodner, Karen Ashbrook, Don Petty, Jim Miller, all came to share with us particular features or focuses of how they use and find music theory valuable for their dulcimer playing. And then we had a celebration and conclusion at the end of the month. So these are hour-long workshops that are just the raw archive. And then we have some past events that we've done. The most recent one is the Chromatic Dulcimer Summit Faculty Concert. So you can see that there. As a workshop member, you have access to that. And as these get added to, you have access to those at any time. If you are a DIY member, when you are wanting to watch the workshop, what happens is, I'm clicking on that. There. It's encouraging you to upgrade to the workshop or mentor level in order to do that. Now, here's the thing about this system. You don't have to ask our permission to do anything. You can cancel. I'm going to stop sharing for just a minute. There. Let me do this. So you can cancel at any time. You can sign up at any time. You don't need our permission to do either one of those. You can upgrade your membership. So say you're a DIY membership person, you're making use of the site, but then you see there's a workshop that really gets your attention. You can upgrade for that month. And then you could go back to being a DIY member after that workshop. In that month time, it's like you're paying for a workshop, but you also get access to everything for the whole month that the workshop people do. So it's a benefit to you. You might say, and I've had this happen, people have said, I'm really wanting to work on, there's a contest coming up and I want to work on my contest pieces. So private lesson is a good way to do that. You could, and now let's go back to sharing the screen. Um, to the book your lesson place, this is where you as a mentorship level can book a lesson. And right now, all of our teachers are not set up to do this. We're in the process of working on this. And I don't know that all of them will be available, but many have indicated interest. Say you want to book with Aaron May, who teaches both mountain dulcimer, chromatic dulcimer. If this is your first one, you'd click on this book this lesson. It'll show when she has availability because she has set the availability. You want to change this to display in your time zone. She's going to see everything in her time zone. You're going to see it displayed in your time zone. And then once you say, I'm going to say next Wednesday, then because it's the initial lesson, there is this intake form that lets her know which instrument are you looking for and gives you a chance to assess and focus on what you're gonna want to do. Then you'd complete the appointment. You'd get a confirmation email. She gets a confirmation email. In there is a link to the Zoom location where that lesson is going to take place. And if, say, you want to learn hammer dulcimer with Linda Ratcliffe, it's going to be the same thing. But say this is your second or third month, then you're going to go through the booking process as before and say Thursday on September 9th. It doesn't have the intake form. It's only that's only on the first lesson. So what you'd want to do for your first lesson is click the initial lesson, but choose the follow-up lesson for any of the others. And that's the way you have access to a teacher to work with you in DulcimerCrossing. Now, with the workshop level and with the mentor lessons, your increased subscription fee is helping to pay the teachers. So this isn't something where it's just we who own this are getting all the stuff. Your support for the system is helping to pay all the teachers. Your support so far has paid for all the lessons we filmed and edited and setting up and all the things that run everything back behind the scenes here. But we've developed this system in the new site so that you have the ability to support the teachers and get the benefit of what they have, and have it also work within your schedule and your limitations, time and finance wise. And you're in charge of all that, so you can change those things at any time. So that is our open house for what we have available at this time. So let me I've been talking pretty straight for, well, the whole time. And so let me just pause and see if if there are any questions that anyone has. You can type them into the chat on the Facebook page. And because this will be archived, you could ask the questions later and we'll get back to them. And I'm going to be silent for a minute while I think about what I'm doing. There's a thought, huh? Okay. Now, the other thing I want to say is that we migrated all of the current DulcimerCrossing members from the old site, which is still in operation. If you were working on something, don't want to get lost over there, keep working on it over there. But also, we want to invite you to have access to the entire site so you can make a better decision about which type of membership that you'd like to have going forward. You may say, this site has done everything it can. I'm not interested in the new one. And you don't have to renew. You don't have to move anything over. And if you take no action, then your access will end when your subscription ends. And thank you for being with us. If you want to take a step and go forward, well, in order to go forward, you have to take a step. You'll have to choose the membership level you wish and enter your payment method. Now, the other thing is that's different in the old site, because we were using a separate password, a separate financial processing system. We had all these systems all over the place. We had to keep track. Everything's inside this one site now, so that we have less chance of making mistakes about where to find things and who's what, where, and when. But the other thing that's here is we don't see your payment information. So, you sign up, you start it, you stop it whenever you want. We can assist with that, but we don't see that, so we can't use that. So your information is secure. The other thing is, if we don't have access to your password. So if you lose your password, we can send you a password reset, but that'll only be known between you and the site, but we don't know what that is. There's no way for us to see that. So it adds another level of security, so that your information and data is not available to everyone everywhere. And I'm going to add the title back on here because there's nothing specific that I'm demonstrating. Sometimes I'll forget and leave that on there when I'm playing, and and that's not good. And as always, if you have, let me go back to the contact. If you have a question, as it says here on the top of our page, I'm going to share my screen again. To contact, you can always contact me here and send this message. And the new website URL. This is going to be until everything is actually transferred over in October. Both sites coexist and are both operational side by side. But after that time, everything will point to this site. But if you have questions, write to me there. The nice thing about the ticketing system is that I had a friend who said, I was afraid I was going to have to pay for all these tickets. It gives me a thing that says, oh yeah, I got to deal with this, and I can mark it as pending or worked on or solved, and it brings it to my attention very clearly, unlike a lot of emails. Like, there's something going on at my wife's church today that I wished I would have known about, but no matter how hard I try to train Gmail to have the emails that come from the church I belong to come into my regular mailbox instead of going into some other mailbox, I keep dragging them. I keep trying to teach it. I search and say, how do you teach Gmail to do this? I keep missing things. And so we all know how emails are that way. Sometimes there may be, like, I sent everybody your login information. You may not have received it, or maybe hidden somewhere, or maybe it went to a junk or a spam folder. So I went through and resent them all individually and responded to everybody, from those of you who sent tickets saying I didn't get my information. I sent it to you so that you could do that. And you can, the site is open 24/7, so you can access it at your convenience whenever you wish. But I think that's what I have for us today. If you have any questions, you know how to contact me. If you have any comments on the video, you can add them as comments here, and we'll see them. This video will be archived here on the Facebook page. So thank you for coming for our first ribbon cutting. I forgot to get some ribbon and some scissors, figuratively, open house. You're welcome, Jamie. Thanks for being here. So I guess I'll close up the shop. Feel free to mill around, look in the site, and poke around. You might keep your hard hat on and be aware there's some dust some places. Like I told you, there's still some construction going on. We've got a brand new lesson from Bill Robinson that's coming, which is exciting. Louie's back. I think, is Louie's back in town? Is that the title of that? Yeah, Louie's back in town. So we've spent all of our energy on getting the platform transist moved over, and so now we can start working on the and shaping the content so it makes more sense. I forgot that the most important thing. The reason we did this is because so many people are asking, what do I do next? Where do I go next? And so let me share my screen one more time. I'm getting ready, and I forgot the most important thing. But the most important thing is what you say just before you go out the door, right? So if I'm in the hammer dulcimer lessons, and let's pick Linda Thomas is The Girl I Left Behind Me. So when I go through, let's just go through her course here. So we have the demonstration with lyrics. In the second part, we have the description of Linda's got a unique layout of strings on her bass bridge. And so that helps us know what she's doing when she's playing on the bass bridge. And then we've got the melody for part B. That other part was part A. And then now we've got the whole song put together. Then we get to the next module where we playing backup, because Linda is very, very good at playing backup and teaching how to play backup. And she's got some different ideas and ways to do this with variation. And then what happens when here she's playing with her partner, Dan, who's playing guitar. He's playing leads so that she can show how to do this as a duet. And Dan's a marvelous guitar. They're both wonderful people, but a marvelous guitar teacher. Now we get here. It's possible to do a sing-along, but then what else could I do? I could go and find the other lessons that Linda is teaching. Now, maybe I was not so interested in that, but I wanted to look for Celtic lessons. If I search Celtic in the little magnifying glass, it's going to show me the places that Celtic shows up here. Okay, we've got Celtic music for mountain dulcimer. Well, here's a whole module on different tune types that Steve Yulberg teaches. Or I can go back and say, I was really not wanting to do anything with Steve right now. I wanted to look, and I can go down here. There's 51 different things that relate to Celtic. I can click and say I want to go to a new page. Turns out Steve Yulberg does a whole lot of the Celtic music here. Oh, there it was. There it was. Squire Parsons. Yes. By Linda Thomas. This is what I was looking for. And when we get to the end of this one, we have the suggestions of where you could go. You can look for our other Celtic lessons like we just did, or you can go to the forum. We have suggestions for where to go next, which is something we have not been able to do, and build in there's this course or this course or this course. Now we're in the process of going through and tying all those together so that, and as people say, you know, this one made me think of this, you might say that in the forum, we can easily add that to the course so it can help guide someone else. So the other thing is making this more of a curated experience, even though you may be a do-it-yourself member, you are having some support and guidance as you're moving along so you can get to the next place in your musical growth and joy. So now I think I've said everything I'm going to say this time, and I'm going to say goodbye. And there is going to be another one of these at 3 o'clock Mountain Time. So if you have a friend who didn't make it, they can come to another live version of it. Won't be exactly the same. There's no script. But thanks for joining me today, and welcome to the new Dulcimer Crossing website and platform.